The popcorn is popping, tickets are selling, and movies are playing at the Silco Theater. The project has been a long time coming. Lucy Whitmarsh, executive director of the Silver City MainStreet Project and the project coordinator for the Silco Theater renovation, said discussions to bring a movie theater downtown began in 2005.
Through doing research, we found that if you have an operating theater in your downtown, that it brings people into the downtown for other activities such as going to the restaurants and the shops, and enhances the nightlife.
Whitmarsh said it was important for the Silver City MainStreet Project to restore one of the old theaters.
With a historic downtown, which we are, we have a very strong historic preservation ethic, and it's actually more cost-effective to renovate older buildings than it is to start over again.
Fundraising for the project began extensively in 2012, and the project, which cost around $1 million, received funding from a variety of sources, including New Mexico Main Street, the Economic Development Department, the Department of Cultural Affairs, and many private donations. Whitmarsh says many in the community helped with the fundraising efforts.
One of our local artists created this poster, and then we were selling them as one of our fundraisers.
Construction on the renovation began in 2014, and Whitmarsh says they tried to stay as true as possible to the original theater. She says they mainly went off people's memories of going to the movies and the few photographs they had.
We had 3 photos of the interior and 1 of the exterior. And the one that we most closely tried to replicate was the exterior one, and that was from a renovation that was done in 1940. We did try to do as much of that as we could, and then again from the 3 interior ones, we tried to replicate as much as we could from the 3 interior ones also.
The apron of the stage and the piano that was used for the old silent movies are original. When they couldn't perfectly recreate something, they tried to keep the Art Deco theme of the original theater. Whitmarsh says the goal with the outside marquee was to make it look like it always belonged.
I was walking down the street after the marquee had been done, and there was a couple, a man and a woman, and the guy looked up and he said, "You know, I don't think that was here before." And the lady said, "Oh, it's always been there." But this is what we're trying to create, is that and it wasn't a big, long, continuing discussion, but we didn't want it to look like, oh my God, what did they do? We wanted it to be like, oh yeah, that's always been like that.
Whitmarsh says more than trying to perfectly create the original Silco Theater, they wanted to recreate the old movie-going experience when going to see a movie was an event.
What we wanted to do is recreate the theater experience to give people a reason to want to go to the theater, and the built environment is certainly contributing to that. And not only that, because it is distinctive, people will remember and associate with what movie they saw, how they saw it, who they saw it with, and they'll have a more of a memory of what the experience was like.
Whitmarsh says so far the theater has been an economic driver in downtown Silver City.
It's been wonderful. Everybody is so thrilled about it and so excited to have a movie theater downtown, and the restaurants have been getting more business, which was one of the things that we expected. It's bringing families downtown that we hadn't really seen that much activity of families. So it's really diversifying the people that are coming downtown.
Barbara Cragen grew up in Silver City and was back visiting with her daughter. She says she has vivid memories of seeing movies there growing up.
I always sat in the same seat, and I would come for matinees when I was a kid, and when I was older and dating, of course, we came at night. And it was just the only game in town. It was great.
Cragen worked at the theater after high school from 1950 to 1952, when tickets were 50 cents for adults, 40 cents for students, and a quarter for kids.
I worked in the confectionery, we sold a box of popcorn for a dime, a bag for a nickel. And we sold Cokes and hot dogs, and we had books, and people had to come in there then to get their refreshments to go to the theater. So you saw everyone that was going to the show.
The price of popcorn may have gone up since the last time the Silco Theater opened its doors, but some things never change. It's still one of the most popular movie snacks sold. For KRWG, I'm Samantha Sonner.